January 7th, 2023. We got a couple great stories coming up for you, but first, we want you to hear from our great sponsors.
If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to Nctv45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. Nctv45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. Nctv45 is the #1 media source locally. Nctv45, anytime on your time.
Special thanks to Butts, Flowers, Gifts, and More in downtown Newcastle for their support and funding of this program. Butts Flowers, downtown Newcastle. If you're hungry, don't be out in the desert. Head on down to the old Oasis for breakfast. If you're hungry, don't be out in the desert. Head on down to the old Oasis for daily specials. Yes, appetizers, sandwiches, beverages. It's the Oasis Bar, 303 South Jefferson Street. Call 724-652-6104. Peppers, mouth-watering fruit, fine dressings, apples, meats. This place looks so familiar. Getting your lunch meat cut to order. That's the Joseph's difference. They make every opportunity to please their customers. Joseph's. They're not the big box store giving you it the way the store wants it. It's the way you want it. Stop by Joseph's and take a look. Yes, it's Joseph's.
Nctv45, strong enough for Lawrence County.
Jason Hogue, Rachel Rosati Hardster, Gino Ventura, Dave Micco, Debbie Lynn Mockstan, Justin Carbone, Kathy Malinchak, Debbie Burns, Dom Rosano, Allison Hill, Jeffrey Fendozzi, and Denise Pegley. Happy birthday to all you guys out there. Make sure you get that second piece of birthday cake. We're going to start you off with the local event. The event is by Cherry Radium, Colton Osborne, and Zane Strobel at the Sons of Italy. Will last 3 hours, public to anyone. Cherry Radium will be performing Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album in its entirety January 7th at the Sons of Italy. Open to the public, come ring in the new year. The music will start at 8 and the event will last till 11. So maybe you head over to the Sons of Italy tomorrow and check out the band. For your state news, Secretary Redding to open 2023 Pennsylvania Farm Show with ribbon cutting. Tomorrow, Agriculture Secretary Russell Redding, Farm Show partners, youth agriculture leaders, and federal and state officials will open the 2023 Pennsylvania Farm Show with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. In a short program, youth will highlight how the PA Farm Show and agriculture youth programs have positively influenced their lives and career outlook. It will be Saturday, January 7th at 10 a.m. outside doors of Mackley Street entrance, PA Farm Show Complex and Expo Center. 2300 North Cameron Street, Harrisburg, PA, 17110. If there's an inclement weather, the event will be moved inside the Mackley Street lobby. So it will be from 9:45 to 10:30, and that is all we have for you with that one. From the governor, he announces investments to improve traffic safety with automated speed enforcement funds. Governor Wolf today announced new investments in traffic speed safety projects in Philadelphia, thanks to $14.5 million in automated speed enforcement grant funding, ASE. Act 86 of 2018 authorized Pennsylvania's ASE pilot program on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philadelphia between 9th Street and Bucks County line. Under this program, the Philadelphia Parking Authority, PPA, installed automated speed enforcement at 8 locations, where data shows speeding has been an issue. Pennsylvania's Department of Transportation, PennDOT, administers a transportation enhancement grants program using fine revenues from the ASE pilot program. Grant applications in Philadelphia were prioritized in accordance with Act 86. Pennsylvania's Automated Work Zone Speed Enforcement AWSZSE program was also authorized under Act 86 of 2018. This program invests in traffic safety both by discouraging speeding through enforcement fines and using those fines to implement engineering solutions to improve safety, said Governor Wolf. The investment brings the total dollars awarded through the ASE funding program to $36.6 million since the program began in 2021. The approved projects are as follows: $10 million for the design of intersection modifications related to the Roosevelt Boulevard route for change program in the city of Philadelphia. These modifications include curb extensions to shorten pedestrian crossing distances, realign crosswalks, realign lane configurations and turn lanes, upgrade to traffic signals and timing, changes to traffic movements, and new or upgraded transit shelters and stations. $1.5 million for the Roosevelt Boulevard Parallel Corridor Intelligent Transportation System, ITS, and Emergency Preemption Program, which includes design and construction of emergency preemption along corridors as well as make-ready signal upgrades needed for the introduction of red light running cameras by Philadelphia Parking Authority at select intersections on Roosevelt Boulevard corridors in the city of Philadelphia. $1.5 million for Roosevelt Boulevard to support 2,400 alternate analysis for Roosevelt Boulevard improvements in compliance with the National Environment Policy Act (NEPA). It will also advance environmental analysis, preliminary engineering, and design 2025 improvements identified in the Route 4 Change Report. $1.5 million for signal integration and ITS to continue to expand and upgrade several artilleries with the state-of-the-art technology by integrating them into an advanced traffic management system, ATMS. So, great news from the state. We're going to head over to the Cedar Sports Corner and take a look at around the sports world on your Saturday. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to Lindy's Lunch. Yes, whether it's their great breakfast or, just like it says, lunch, it's great anytime. Try their breakfast and you'll be satisfied. A pierogi cheeseburger, an Italian Joe, and smothered hoagies, all. And don't forget the French fries with chili. Yes, it's Lindy's Lunch. For the best, stop by. Give us a call.
Rally, sons of Notre Dame, sing the glory and salvation.
Hello, welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Let's take a look at around the sports world on your Saturday. As for your NFL matchups, the Kansas City Chiefs will be traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders at 4:30. That game will be found on ESPN, ABC, or ESPN Plus, along with the 8:15 game, which features Tennessee at Jacksonville. Win and get in the playoffs for both those teams. For your college basketball slate, at 11:30, Notre Dame will take on North Carolina on ESPN2. At noon, number 4 UConn will host Creighton on Fox. Number 6 Texas travels to Oklahoma State on ESPN noon. Number 20 Missouri will play host to Vanderbilt at noon on CBS, and that will cap off your noon slate. For your 1 o'clock, number 7 Alabama will play host to Kentucky at 1 obviously on ESPN. Number 16 Duke will travel to Boston College on the ACC network. Number 14 Wisconsin will travel to Illinois at 1:30 on ESPN2. Number 25 Iowa State goes to number 17 TCU at 2 o'clock on ESPNU. As for your other ranked and local games, Youngstown State will play host to IUPUI at 2 o'clock on ESPN+. For your other ranked game, number 6 Tennessee goes to South Carolina at 3:30 on the SEC network. Number 18 Xavier will travel to Villanova at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1. Number 5 Arizona will play host to Washington State at 5 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Number 11 Virginia will play host to Syracuse at 5 o'clock on the ACC network. Number 23 Charleston play host to Delaware at 5 o'clock on the CBS Sports Network. Number 19, Baylor will host Kansas State at 6 o'clock on the Big 12 Network or ESPN+. Number 3, Kansas goes to West Virginia at the same time on the same network. The Duquesne Dukes will travel to Richmond at 6 o'clock on ESPN+. As for your other ranked games, number 13, Arkansas goes to number 22, Auburn at 8:30 on the SEC network. And to cap it all off, number 21 New Mexico goes to UNLV or hosts UNLV at 9:30 on the CBS Sports Network. And number 9 Gonzaga goes to Santa Clara at 10 o'clock. That game will not be televised. For your NBA matchups, the Boston Celtics go to San Antonio to take on the Spurs at 6 o'clock. Utah goes to Chicago to take on the Bulls at 8. The Pelicans go to the Mavericks at 8. At 8:30, Orlando goes to Golden State. And at 10 o'clock, the LA Lakers go to the Sacramento Kings. For your NHL matchups, 1 o'clock, the New York Rangers go to New Jersey to take on the Devils. 4 o'clock, Carolina goes to Columbus to take on the Jackets. For your 7 o'clock games, Minnesota goes to Buffalo. St. Louis goes to Montreal. Seattle goes to Ottawa. And Detroit goes to Toronto. For your 2:10 games, the defending champion Avalanche will travel to Edmonton to take on the Oilers. And the LA Kings will go to Vegas to take on the Knights. Cap it all off, Boston goes to San Jose at 10:30. Now that's all we got for you today. Why don't you head over to the Cedars? Enjoy all these great games. Catch the great food. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back.
Alley's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Alley's Upper Crust. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Los Amigos! Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a good bite to eat, make sure to check out Los Amigos. They got you covered with things such as tacos, burritos, molcajete, and don't forget the great chips and salsa they put out for you when you get there. Make sure to check out Los Amigos on West State Street, Newcastle, PA, 16101. It's Los Amigos. Los Amigos! Los Amigos! Los Amigos! First live music tomorrow tonight from 9 to 12, The duration is 3 hours at Steel City Sports Bar, an acoustic duo playing some of your favorite music from the 70s today. This event is open to the public. So, from the state again, PA Department of Education awards $5 million in grants to support teacher and principal preparation. The Pennsylvania Department of Education today announced that it has awarded $5 million in grant funding to support Pennsylvania's educated workers and increase the number and diversity of teachers and school leaders. The Aspiring to Educate STEM Computer Science grant program uses PA Smart Funds to make simultaneous progress to diversify the teacher workforce and increase the number, diversity, and cultural awareness of STEM SC teachers. The innovative Principal Prep to Practice grant program provides awards up to $100,000 to improve educator preparation programs so they can build innovative partnerships with LEAs that improve the prep to practice linkage in the preparation of school leaders. The Innovative Teacher Prep to Practice Grant Program provides funding to stimulate the creation of highly cohesive and innovative clinical experiences for teachers that make explicit connections across 3 stages of clinical experience as first-year candidates during their capstone clinicals and induction. PDE's Educated Workforce Strategy builds on the Wolf administration efforts over the past 8 years to ensure a high-quality education to learners of all ages across the Commonwealth. The administration has increased education funding by more than $3.7 billion since 2015, with a historic increase of $1.8 billion in this year's final budget. Another story from the state. Lung cancer survivor to join DEP and Department of Health in encouraging Pennsylvanians to test their homes for radon gas. Pennsylvania resident Jackie Nixon will join Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection DEP Acting Secretary Ramaz Ziada and Department of Health Secretary Dr. Denise Johnson on Monday to encourage Pennsylvanians to test their homes for radon as part of National Radon Action Month. Nixon, who has never smoked, was treated for lung cancer 6 years ago. After treatment, she learned her residents had high levels of radon. Radon is a naturally occurring invisible radioactive gas that enters homes from the ground. With long-term exposure, it's the second leading cause of lung cancer after smoking. DEP Radon Program Manager Bob Lewis will announce the winners of the 2023 Pennsylvania Student Radon Poster Contest and demonstrate how to use a radon test. Monday, January 9th, 2023 at 1 p.m. at the Capitol Media Center, State Capitol Room 01 East Wing, Harrisburg, PA 17126. The event will be live streamed at pacast.com/live/DEP. And to cap off this segment, Department of Human Services releases quarterly licensing and enforcement activity report for July to September of 2022. The Department of Human Services today released quarterly licensing and enforcement activity data for DH's 5 licensing offices that oversee providers of long-term care, child care, behavioral health care, as well as daily activity programs and residential care for individuals with intellectual disabilities and autism. In the months of July, August, and September 2022, DHS licensing staff completed 2,460 annual inspections and 2,205 compliant investigations. Issued by 107 provisional licenses, took action against 41 illegal operating providers, and revoked 12 licenses. DHS's licensing work is spread across 5 offices: the Office of Child Development and Early Learning, Office of Children, Youth Facilities and the Office of Children's Youth and Families, the Office of Developmental Programs, the Office of Long-Term Living, and the Office of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. DHS and the Wolf administration are committed to upholding quality of care and services in licensed care settings, working with providers to address concerns and regulatory violations in a timely manner, and holding providers accountable for violations of licensing regulations and failures to submit or follow acceptable plans of connection. When enforcement action is necessary, the department may issue a provisional license, revoke a license, or decline to renew a license, or take other emergency actions where there exists a likely immediate issue and serious danger to the life or health of the clients. Providers have the right to appeal a license revocation and, depending on the circumstance, may continue to operate under the appeal process. DHS is committed to transparency and accountability in licensing oversight. More information on provisional licenses issued and license revoked during July, August, and September 2022 can be found on the DHS website. So, great news from the state. We're going to head over to Lawrence County 45 weather and see what the weather's like coming up for you. We'll be right back.
Big Daddy 316 Transport. For a ride to work, that's fine. Groceries and essentials, pickups, we do them. We all benefit. Seniors, city, state, stores, employers, and yes, employees. Why get there tired when you can get there alive and energized? Yes, no tricky traffic patterns. We can haul up to 5 passengers, 24-hour notice required, $5 per stop. Call Big Daddy 316 Transport today.
Yes, friends, Chalella and Carney Floral Designs is alive and well in Newcastle. Owner and designer Stephen Doherty and his staff have a special motto: we love what we do, and it shows in every area of the business. Stop by their pleasant Southside store at 1006 South Mill Street. Chalella and Carney has been there for the community with quality and service since 1943. You can go to the website chalellaandcarney.com or call 724-652-8412.
Since you were going for gas, you might as well fill up your tank too. Delicious food available at Morgan's. And that's just two exciting combos that they have. Morgan's, right across the line.
Come dine with us, come dine today. If you could use some real good food, there's a place not far away. If you could use a drink or two, or a place to go and play, come to Gallows Italian Villa today.
When your PC looks like this, don't make it a last key. Make it Pulaski. Pulaski PC.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
The Crane Room is a restaurant. The Crane Room is a bar. The Crane Room is a banquet facility. The restaurant will please you time after time with their diverse menu. Ask about their daily specials. See the menu at craneroom.com. The bar gives you an abundance of choices with 35 beers on tap and always changing. Their banquet services are always to perfection. The Crane Room, located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Hello and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. And after last night's low of 29 degrees, let's take a look at how your week is looking. You're going to see outside here, there are some clouds moving in. No patches of sun today. It hasn't been very warm and it's been rather cold. You're going to see locally that there is some spotty clouds in the area and on the way. And nationally, you're going to see the cloud coverage moving from east to west, and you're going to see it extending all the way into the west coast. So after last night's low of 29 degrees, Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 37. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 24. Sunday, a chance of rain after 1, mixing with snow after 4. Partly sunny with a high near 39. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Sunday night, a chance of rain and snow before 1, then a slight chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low around 27, 40% chance of precipitation. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 42. Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 43. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 30. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 39. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 24. And Thursday, partly sunny with a high near 39. So we got some good weather coming up for you. We hope that you visit our great sponsors with the good weather.
Hello, I'm Kay, and K is for Kimmel's. If you're in need of great baked goods, perhaps donuts of every kind, or maybe a lady lock is your desire. Turnovers, and don't forget, they have cakes of every size. Quarter sheet cake or a round one for that special birthday. And never forget to pick up a loaf of bread. It's Kimmel's, home of the delicious, super mouth-watering strudels. Call Kimmel's for the best baked goods.
Hi, pizza friends. You can still find delicious Augustine's Pizza at your local supermarket. The folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
We have a great story from Duquesne University. The Duke's defensive back and Duquesne University liberal arts student athlete Aiden Garnes donated bone marrow on Wednesday in Boston to help save the life of a woman he does not know who is battling blood cancer. I really feel like this was my biggest gift for Christmas, he said, giving her the chance to live. There's nothing bigger than that for me, so this is my Christmas. Aiden Garnes was preparing to board a flight into Boston Tuesday evening, but his phone kept ringing. Calls were coming in from folks he didn't know, texts were popping up too, and he was doing his best to handle it before all the wheels went up. Garnes is 19, a redshirt freshman defensive back for Duquesne, and he comes from a part of the state, West Philly, which had its share of well-documented issues. But if anybody ever needed proof of the kind of special young men and women that can rise up from that part of the city, he is a shining example because Aiden Garnes is a hero. And early Wednesday morning at Massachusetts General Hospital, the young man will solidify that status when he lets doctors put him to sleep, and he hopes take the bone marrow out of his hips that will save the life of somebody he has never and may never ever meet. And I know she is a young woman. I think she's 27, and she has a certain type of blood cancer, Garnes said. I think she is originally from outside of the country and moved here when she was younger. But that's all that I will know. It will at least be a year before I can meet her. It's just a selfless act, rare in those times. But Jack Molden, who coached Barnes at Bonner Creandie, said, "It is a move he is not surprised by at all that his former star player is making." Molden said Garnes had always had the right objectives when it comes to his play on the field, and he couldn't rave enough about this kid's competitiveness. But Molden said, "This is bigger than athletics," and he always knew Garnes had something like this in him. It's hard for anyone to understand it's hard for anybody to really understand what he's doing and what it means, Molden said. "This kid's a hero to me. He's just a legit hero in my eyes, and I cannot be more proud of him, the person that he is and what he is doing." Garnes said that he has been overwhelmed by messages of support and magnitude of all of this has set in. "It's crazy, but after everything, I really feel like this was my biggest gift for Christmas," he said, giving her the chance to live. "There's nothing bigger than that, so for me, this is my Christmas." There's a bigger why to this all, and there was a road that led up to Wednesday morning's procedure that 6 months ago, Garnes probably never imagined he would actually take place. Back then, he was just a young player participating in Duke's and Be the Match campaign. This lives with him and stays with him forever. Garnes' big goals for the gridiron in the years to come, and the procedure will help provide a hiccup in his off-season preparations for next year, Craig said. He and the Duke head coach Jerry Schmidt have told Garnes to not be concerned with all that. The team will be there for him as he works back to full speed in the coming days and weeks. And Garnes is good with that. He will tackle the recovery later. Stardom may lie ahead for him on the gridiron, but he has clearly already found it in the game of life. And that is why his phone will probably keep lighting up long after he wakes up on Wednesday. It's not every day, after all, that folks get a chance to talk to a real hero. After watching my grandma, I know that the recipient is probably feeling terrible every single day, and I don't want a person to have to go through that, Garnes said. The pain I saw, you don't want any person and their family to have to go through all of that. So I'm just trying to get through the donation, he said. I'm going to pray to God to do the procedure and get this done so she can stop hurting. We were just getting as many people as we could to do it, he said. I think there are about 120 of us involved with the football team who got our cheeks swabbed and as many people as we could around the campus to do it too. And then he said he sort of forgot about all that. That changed just before Thanksgiving. As Garnes prepared to head home for the holidays, he said he decided to check his email for one final time. And to his surprise, he had a message informing him that he was a match. So when he got home for Thanksgiving, we all sat down as a family and talked about it, he said. Was it going to affect my football career? And what were the risks? And as that discussion played out, Garnes said one thing continuously that resonated with him. He was only 8 years old, he said, when Barbara Stewart had breast cancer. But Garnes said he remembered watching his grandmother fight against the disease. I couldn't stop thinking about how if somebody could have helped her, I would have wanted that, he said. What if she would have needed a bone marrow transplant? Would somebody have been there to give that to her? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought that this was something I was made for and meant to do, he added. So deep down, I knew that I was going to do this from the day I heard about it. Duquesne defensive coordinator Mike Craig surprised Garnes by accompanying him on a trip to Boston. Craig said that he is a cancer survivor himself, beating lymphoma when he was only 12 years old. He said he watched two as college roommates had 2 bone marrow transplants in a battle against leukemia. And it was Craig who helped them coordinate the Be the Match campaign with the team. He said, Garnes was my first player to be selected for the transplant in the 10 years he's been doing that. Watching him go through the process of being selected, I knew he would make the right decision, Craig said. I see this as a great thing that is happening to a great person. I think the benefits that he is giving somebody else's family, I hope that you will need in this time. It's a legacy for him. That's it for that amazing story from Duquesne University, and we'll be back after some breaks.
Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
There's more than meets the eye. Gotta give every Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
As we always say here at NCTV45, it's a great day to have a great day. Make sure that you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence.